Peterborough that serves amazingly mouth-watering halal Turkish cuisine, including delicious kuneva and baklava desserts. At 1253 Borges Boulevard, Turkish Restaurant Peterborough's the place to dine with family and friends or order for collection to enjoy at home. Call 01733 307076 or view online at turkishrestaurantpeterborough.com.
Award-winning ST Complete Care provide all kinds of regular and respite care for your loved ones. Rated good by the CQC and with outstanding reviews, ST Complete Care will tailor their services for children and adults, including helping with personal and home care, medication assistance, visits and appointments too. With bilingual carers, ST Complete Care are also experienced with disabilities, dementia, autism, Alzheimer's and more. To arrange your free assessment, call 01733 303300. Caring for you the way you want.
Craving a heavenly escape in the heart of Peterborough? Heavenly Desserts is the perfect place to relax with friends, unwind with family, or for casual meetings with colleagues. You can now indulge in our delicious brunch menu with mouth-watering savoury delights, served from 11 a.m. every day. Visit us today at Cowgate, Peterborough, the go-to spot for good times and great company. Where else but Heavenly's? Party packages available for birthdays and other celebrations. Also available to order through Just Eat, Deliveroo and Uber Eats.
Busy Bunnies Nurseries is where children grow and thrive. It's where your little ones will enjoy expert care, engaging activities and a warm, welcoming environment. Busy Bunnies Nurseries also provide great learning experiences in exceptional indoor and outdoor settings. So when looking for a loving, fun and safe place for your child, visit at 627 Lincoln Road, Peterborough, now with additional parking, or online at busybunniesnurseries.co.uk. Call 01733 897799 to book your visit today. Busy Bunnies Nurseries, where children hop into a brighter future.
Craving top quality fried and grilled chicken without the high price tag? At Sam's, we make every bite unforgettable. From juicy chicken to mouth-watering burgers, taste why we're the best in town. Visit us at our brand new restaurant at 33 Westgate in the city centre or our second spot on Lincoln Road. Prefer delivery? We're on Just Eat, Uber Eats and Deliveroo. Sam's, serving up amazing chicken across the UK for over 30 years.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You're listening to a special edition of Drive Time live here on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I hope you're well. Hope your Ramadan went well. I've been on a short break myself, but it's good to be back in the studio. Before I start, quick shout out to Children of Adam for this wonderful hoodie that they've given to me. Wearing it with pride. A wonderful partner of the radio station. If you don't know much about them, do check them out. Google Children of Adam and I'm sure you'll find all those details. I hope you're well. I hope your Friday is going well indeed and you're looking forward to the weekend. Although I have to say, this month feels like it's driving by really, really fast indeed. But I've got an action-packed show ahead for you today. We have the Community Exchange Hub hosting a mayoral hustings event here in Peterborough on Monday. So I'll be joined by Joseph Hayat, the the person hosting that event. So I look forward to your company for that. He'll be on shortly. And of course, there'll be plenty of Nasheeds as well to take us into the evening. So with that, let's kick off with one of my favourites.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me tell you about my happiness. I get my happiness from Islam. It makes me kind and a better human. Oh, please come with me and I'll show you why. I smile because I'm happy. I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the noble Quran, and that's where I get my rules. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the Sunnah which dictates what my life should do. Okay, come on. In Islam we have one God. Muhammad is His final messenger. Peace be upon Him. We are taught to love and respect all. Don't believe what you hear about Islam. I smile because I'm happy. I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the noble Quran, and that's where I get my rules. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the Sunnah which dictates what my life should do. I just wanna tell the world that we're happy. Just because we're Muslim doesn't mean we're angry. But when we see our fellow Muslims that are suffering, we just wanna help cause we're one big family. I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, cause I have the noble Quran, and that's where I get my rules. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the Sunnah which dictates what my life should do. Because I'm happy, I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the noble Quran, and that's where I get my rules. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the Sunnah which dictates what my life should do. I'm so happy I'm a Muslim.
Omar Issa there with Happy. Amazing, amazing, Nasheed. I hope you enjoyed that.
You can talk it down, turn the other way. Feel the truth, but it won't go away. Can you hear it calling? Yeah. You can write it down, but nobody cares. It's an untold story of our biggest fears. It can reach you with no warning. Yeah, yeah. When the sun goes down and there's nothing left around, can you feel it? Can you feel it? When your knees are on the ground, you may fear but it's allowed. Are you listening? 'Cause I need forgiving. 'Cause I need forgiving. 'Cause I need forgiving. There's a part of me that won't understand, having sleepless nights with my head in my hands. I'm here and tears are falling. Yeah, If I could right the wrongs, would you lend me your hand? I would make a difference to this beautiful land. If I'm nothing, I have my intention. When the sun goes down and there's nothing left around, can you feel it? Can you feel it? When your knees are on the ground, you may fear but it's allowed. Are you listening? 'Cause I need forgiving. Oh, I need forgiving. 'Cause I need forgiving. Oh, 'cause I need forgiving.
MashaAllah. And that was Saif Adam there with Are You Listening? Actually, that is one of my favourite nasheeds. I hope you enjoyed that as well. I'm now joined by my special guest, Brother Joseph Hayat. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Brother Akil?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Well, I'm very honoured to speak to you because I hear nothing but great things about your show, and it's good to be back in the homeland, at least not being electronically, because life began for me in Peterborough, would you believe?
Oh, really? Okay. Well, first of all, Jazakallah khair. And I need to know, you need to give us a little bit of a backstory, some context here now.
Well, it's not very good because I soon departed after the first couple of years of life, but it's still in the passport, isn't it? And the food's still good, so...
Oh, we'll let you off with that. And you are right. When you are here, you're going to feel like you didn't leave. Although, obviously, I'm unsure when you did leave. There's been quite a lot of development over the years, and there's a lot more taking place currently in the city as well. So, appreciate that. A fellow Peterborian, irrespective of even if you're here for a day, we'll count you as one of our own.
Thank you.
So, of course, you're here with us live on Salam Radio 106.2 FM to talk about the Community Exchange Hub and, moreover, certainly about the mayoral elections that are taking place. So, just straight off the bat, what's inspired you to get involved in hosting the CEH mayoral hustings?
Well, it's a real privilege to be hosting them, and what inspired me really was to be part of a team that's so driven to give our community a platform, and that is exactly what the CEH is all about. CEH is fundamentally there to be that platform to ensure that the dialogue can happen. It's community focused, and it's actually connecting our British Muslim community with the candidates standing, not only in these mayoralty elections, but also last year, CEH launched for the general election, and it had an astounding reception, at least not I hear in Peterborough as well. But I think I've got big boots to fill after your colleague Armour's success there. But look, jokes aside, it's a vibrant community in Peterborough, and that's why we need to be there, as are all our communities up and down the country, because as we know, our community is facing some real challenging socioeconomic issues. But equally, I think the power of the Muslim vote has never been underestimated ever before until we saw the outcome of the general election. It's a growing young population. It's got a big say, and we're here to facilitate that, regardless of one's political persuasion or preferred party when it comes to politics. It's just getting the conversation going and showing that the Muslim voters have a significant presence and ability to be part of the debate.
Yeah, and I agree with you totally. I think the issue that I've certainly seen and heard, not just living here, but right across the length and breadth of the UK as well, is that a lot of the Muslim community operates essentially in silos, and there's and we are also victims of what other people are doing, I guess society as a general, which is we're conversing for good or worse, bad, via social media, but we're not always coming out to share our opinions with either like-minded people or other organisations where we can learn more about the other side, wherever that side may be, and then having more of an informed opinion and then taking that forward. We have got this stigma, which is irrespective of which country you're originally from as a Muslim, where you have block voting. And I think what we've seen over the last 4, maybe 8 years, with the political landscape, those votes are now up for grabs. I mean, we still have some parties will have, no matter what, that family is always going to vote for that, the red team or the blue team or the yellow team, whatever. But I think you're absolutely spot on. We do have a younger generation. They are more informed. We've never had more information at the tips of our fingers, have we? And I think, why do you think events like these are vital for local democracy?
Well, they're fundamental because for several reasons. I mean, the crux and the basics of it is you are getting face-to-face with the candidate. So that accountability comes literally in front of you. It's not analysing what somebody said or didn't say on social media. It's actually putting the question to them face-to-face. That's number one. Number two, as we saw, I hear in the last hustings in Peterborough, it can spark debate there and then. It can shape the debate as well. I mean, we've got to stay impartial here as per the brand. But, I heard at the last Peterborough hustings that there were very different views, for example, on the Gaza ceasefire situation. And that sparked a debate to shape and change. And some, this is not our opinion, but some have argued that potentially shaped the outcome of the election. And that's, I think, the fundamental thing to take away from this is that CEH, Community Exchange Hub, is providing that platform impartially for our community to have their say, and it also, it sets the bar to the parties and the candidates because it makes it very clear that this is an opportunity to address their preferred, target voters, which in our case, of course, is the British Muslim community, and it gives them a chance to engage, and it makes it clear that you need to engage us because, as you rightly said, the era of brotherly politics is over, and we've seen that for years. I mean, my mind personally is going back, for example, to the 2012 Bradford West by-election, for example. The feedback we heard on the ground then, as a journalist, was it was apparently the female voters who had a huge say in swaying that. The same way we've heard, and I'd be interested to see your views on this, brother, but I think certainly the general election, we saw it was the younger members of the Muslim community had a huge part to play in shaping the agenda in terms of, the vote blocks, if you like, of historic vote blocks were reshaped by activism and young activism.
Yeah, this is true.
Regardless of one's persuasion. And let me be clear on that, in all shapes and sizes and forms in terms of political preference, because we saw some political heavyweights knocked out on certain issues, but we also saw the return to office of some Muslim political heavyweights who perhaps had faced opposition. So this is the whole purpose of CEH. As you said, it's not to operate in silos, it's to bring the debate up and down across the country impartially, to give everyone the opportunity and the ability to have their say, and for that to be, frankly, executed with professionalism, with diligence, with dignity. And I think the latter is a real core part that's important to people, because I think when you speak to the voters regarding their political persuasion, there is this feeling that we've just been cast aside or taken for granted for many years in various different circumstances and various different political persuasions. And this is what the purpose of the CEH is for, is to just impartially deliver that with professionalism and to give the voters the opportunity to examine what the different parties bring to the table without pushing them in a certain direction, and without fear and without favour.
Yep. No, and I understand. I mean, I actually was at the event that took place here last year for the general election. You are right. It certainly sparked a debate. We had one of the key members who didn't turn up. He had somebody step in for him, but that person did really well as well. And you could just see the body language, some of the answers, some of the other candidates were then giving or sticking to their modus operandi and the key messaging from their party. It was a good experience, and I felt. You mentioned Amir. He had to reprimand a couple of people, but I thought that was a good thing because people were passionate. It didn't, and I think, an event like this again should hopefully yield a similar result where we are putting these different you are, shall I say, are putting these candidates to account and asking them the questions, or sparking that conversation within the people who are going to attend. And Peterborough, as you mentioned yourself, you've lived here. It's quite a conservative community, okay, and it takes time to build a relationship and to start a journey with people who can then trust an organisation like the CEH. We've got some really, really long-standing organisations here in the UK. A prime example would be the Muslim Council of Britain, right?
Sure.
And then, and then others that follow. I mean, I think you've got UKM, which is one of the largest in the UK. And, it takes time to build something like this. Would you say that CEH is here for the long term?
Oh, absolutely. Those backing it are very respected, well-established, highly regarded, and they're serious about ensuring that this is a grassroots, apolitical mission that will continue and will do so sustainably, because I think we are all, whether it be the backers or us on the front line, trying to motivate and push this forward as best we can with our relevant skill sets. And I congratulate and thank you guys for both attending the last event but also giving us this airtime today, because that's also part of the mission. It's about having this wider stakeholder group. I think you made a slip of the tongue there innocently, but actually when you said we, there is a collective responsibility to drive this forward, and we can only do that if there's sincerity, impartiality, but also sustainability. So yes, it absolutely is here for the long term. Inshallah, that's the hope, the intention, and we hope to achieve that by delivering these hustings with integrity and impartiality, and putting the community at the heart of it every time. And frankly, my impression of all those behind it is that they refuse to compromise on those values, and inshallah, if they stick to them, I'm confident this will be here for the long term, definitely.
Alhamdulillah, that's good to hear. And you are right, it requires a certain type of leadership and steadfastness when you're starting something like this, because I can just imagine the level of pressure that's been coming your way and the team's way, in terms of, we live, it's a proven fact, there is a lot of Islamophobia here in the United Kingdom, and to have a organisation which is trying to empower British Muslims, there's going to obviously be dead ends and people closing doors and so on. So it's great to see that there is an organisation trying to grab the bull by the horns and try and drag us into a, like you said, a apolitical scenario, and just educating us to make the right decision that we want for ourselves and communities and so on, which is brilliant. That leads me actually to ask you and you can base this answer on all of the hustings that you've been part of across the UK, but how have candidates responded to this type of community-led platform?
Honestly, and I'm not just saying it for the sake of it, it's genuinely been warm, it's been positive, and I think it's made them feel comfortable. Because, the problem I think we have to contend with half the time is two or three things. One is the misrepresentation of our own community. I mean, if you read the tabloid press about our community, you'd think we're the most hostile, worst kind of people you could deal with. You know what I mean? If you read all the rubbish, and as you rightly said, Islamophobic things that get put out of our community. So I think for those that may be apprehensive, whatever their political persuasion, it breaks down that barrier immediately. Number two, I think given it's such a warm and receptive environment, and also the fact that these events have happened in community spaces, so there hasn't been, they've been accessible to anybody. Yes, they are primarily there to facilitate the Muslim community, without a doubt. That is the mission of CEH, period. But it is an inclusive environment that anyone feels welcome. And I think what we've seen from that has been quite refreshing. For example, in the last two, both in Bristol and Hull, the riots came up. And people felt comfortable to talk about that because they understood the importance of it. But at the same time, they were able to... We actually saw, believe it or not, the political... there was impartiality and actual unity among the candidates, because they wanted to, you could tell they wanted to address and commend one another, but also recognize the work that's needed. But perhaps they wouldn't have been comfortable doing that in an ordinary platform because it would have just seemed unusual.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
of course.
It's quite a unique dynamic, and you can, I hope you can take my word for it, but also advise and encourage your listeners to attend, because as it goes back to the point we made, it is the community's platform, and it is shaped by the engagement of our community. Without the community, there is no community exchange hub, period.
Yeah, absolutely. With that in mind then, what are some of the key local issues you think will take centre stage?
Well, we keep consistently hearing the cost of living crisis. And, when we look obviously at the analysis of the survey data from the National Census, and of course the excellent work the Muslim Census have done, it's clear that poverty is a huge issue in our community. So socioeconomic barriers, of whatever form they are. For example, in Bristol last week, we were hearing that it was centred around the cost of living in terms of rent rates and travel was, both points were highlighted there. But at the same time, we're also hearing about health, mental health, and also fears over crime. And as you rightly said, Islamophobia, discrimination. These are the fundamentals that keep coming up. But again, if I may, I want to stress and reiterate another point, that it is up to the community to determine what the agenda is. And that's what I love about being part of this initiative, is that it gives the community the right and the ability. Anybody attending these hustings has a right to write a question, whether it be anonymously or named. And the panel genuinely, and as chair, we consider this and do genuinely put it to the candidates on the panel without fear and without favour. And we're not afraid to ask the difficult questions, because they're the community's questions, and that's the special part of it.
And I agree with you. Having seen this in action last year, these questions did pop up, and some of them you could see some of the candidates getting a little shifty, thinking, okay, how am I going to answer this, and leaning on what the others were saying. It was I think it's one of those situations where you really do need to be there to really understand what this person either stands for or what you're getting for your pound, In terms of the rest of the hustings, you mentioned Bristol and others that you may have already completed as well. Have there been any surprising responses or memorable moments so far?
Well, I think the most. I don't want to cross the political divide or dare show any lack of impartiality, but I think this is quite humorous. I think the funniest thing I saw from Bristol was the Conservative candidate and Green candidate agreeing on things more than once.
Wow.
I thought that was quite a shock of divide of political persuasion. But it was on specific matters, and we encourage, obviously, your listeners to go and have a look at the social media highlights to see what those correlations were about. But also, I think the other surprise was consensus on issues that were relevant to our community.
Yep.
So, for example, I didn't suspect that they would be. We one of the candidates raised in Bristol, for example, that famous story of the statue that was removed during the
Black
Lives Matter protest.
Yeah, that's it.
And that wasn't on the agenda. It wasn't a question that had been asked, but it basically effectively prompted an impromptu question of a yes/no round on do you support the statue, yes or no. Which, had we potentially put that to the candidates, that would have been the agenda. Would they have attended? I don't know. But it's not the kind of thing you would typically see on, I don't think, say, question time in today's
that's right.
time. It wouldn't be deemed as current or relevant,
Okay,
there have been some surprising moments.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And in terms of yourself, how do you maintain neutrality while, chairing such a high-stakes event?
Well, look, as you know yourself, when you've been a journalist and had to obviously abide to the Ofcom rules, etc., a lot of that knowledge and expertise comes into the hand and helps. But I think also the key is that you've got that ultimate responsibility on your shoulders of a need to be impartial. It is not right for me to assert what people's persuasion would be. I'll give you a great example. In Bristol, unfortunately, Aaron Banks, the Reform candidate, obviously very known, high-profile individual associated with Brexit, etc., was unable to attend the event. Now, one or two of the candidates chose to express views that were in opposition to his party's views, but fundamentally, the gentleman wasn't there to represent himself. So we can't just take a blanket policy and say, don't vote or do vote for him based on, or vote for the other candidates. That is the beauty of the forum, because we have to maintain that impartiality. So I think there's two things that undermine that. I think the way we've balanced it has been from experience. The Ofcom code comes to mind, even though it wasn't broadcast. That
it does always. Yeah.
And I think second is also an Islamic duty, if I may say, because I think it's one of those ones where, we don't know necessarily what those particular individuals on the panel have done or their parties have done for our people.
Yeah.
And they're in many cases, I'm going to say, I don't want to use Peterborough as an example because I've not chaired it yet, and I don't want Paul Bristow to think he's going to get an easy ride. He's going to have the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
But a good example would be more local to your listeners was when we saw, for example, ahead of the general election, Paul Bristow decided to take a different direction to his party on one of the matters.
Yeah.
And this is the point. You can't take a particular view against one party or because we don't know as chair what these individuals have done for our community. It is for the viewers, the listeners, the participants of these events to make that assumption. And I fear personally, Islamically, making a mistake on that, because you just can't let your own views interfere with this.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate that. I've just got a minute left to go. What would be your parting message then for the election day, and also for the how can listeners support the event on May the 28th?
Well, look, the message is clear. Obviously, it always says when it comes to the election, it's polling day, get out and vote, because if you don't vote, you're not going to have a say, you can't change anything, and you basically lose the right. So make sure you vote, number one, and whoever you deem appropriate. But number two, to make an informed decision on polling day, you need to come and attend this event next Monday at the Courtyard Business Centre at 6 o'clock. Got to do a shameless plug because it is really, really important to have your say. And if there is a burning question that you feel is awkward, or you want to hear from across the party spectrum, or you're undecided, it's a must-go event. And third, you've got to use these opportunities or lose them. Because
stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Gladcare is your community support centre, delivering services you need. Access free English classes for reading, writing, speaking and listening, or a computer course with CV writing, qualified immigration advice and more, including food parcels or supermarket vouchers. Gladcare can help. Also for free yoga and healthy you sessions and monthly coffee mornings with local GPs on site. 316 Gladstone Street and online it's gladcare.org.uk. Call 01733 566 343.
Turkish Restaurant Peterborough. The name says it all. It's the restaurant in Peterborough that serves amazingly mouth-watering halal Turkish cuisine, including delicious kaneva and baklava desserts. At 1253 Borges Boulevard, Turkish Restaurant Peterborough's the place to dine with family and friends, or order for collection to enjoy at home. Call 01733 307076 or view online at turkishrestaurantpeterborough.com.
Award-winning ST Complete Care provide all kinds of regular and respite care for your loved ones. Rated good by the CQC and with outstanding reviews, ST Complete Care will tailor their services for children and adults, including helping with personal and home care, medication assistance, visits and appointments too. With bilingual carers, ST Complete Care are also experienced with disabilities, dementia, autism, Alzheimer's and more. To arrange your free assessment, call 01733 303300. Caring for you the way you want.
Busy Bunnies Nurseries is where children grow and thrive. It's where your little ones will enjoy expert care, engaging activities and a warm, welcoming environment. Busy Bunnies Nurseries also provide great learning experiences in exceptional indoor and outdoor settings. So when looking for a loving, fun and safe place for your child, visit at 627 Lincoln Road, Peterborough, now with additional parking, or online at busybunniesnurseries.co.uk. Call 01733 897799 to book your visit today. Busy Bunnies Nurseries, where children hop into a brighter future.
It's healthy, nutritional and halal. It's the Lads, your first choice for burgers, pittas, wraps and flame-grilled lamb chops and peri-peri chicken. Now with 5 fantastic new flavours, plus sides, grilled salads and milkshakes too. Open daily from 11:30 until 11 p.m. Call in at 15 Cowgate in Peterborough. Order for collection online at thelads.co.uk or by calling Peterborough 562287 or place your Lads delivery order at ubereats.co.uk.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
Fancy the true taste of Middle Eastern Kurdish food? Asia Restaurant gives you the unique fusion of flavours from Turkey, Iraq, Syria and Iran. Eat in at 5 Fitzwilliam Street, Peterborough, PE1 2RU. Or order through Just Eat, Uber Eats or order through our website, asiarestaurant.co.uk. Call us on 01733 562 530. Asia Restaurant, the true taste of the Middle East.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Welcome back to a special edition of Drive Time. I hope you're well. And if you've just joined the show, you've missed a conversation I've just had with Joseph Hayat from the Community Exchange Hub. We were discussing the Cambridgeshire and Peterborough mayoral election, which is taking place in May. And they have the CEH, they have a special mayoral hustings event taking place on the 28th of April 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Norfolk venue, Unit 3, Peterborough, 27 Norfolk Street, PE1 2NP. I think I've got that correctly. They've invited all of the party candidates to attend this event. And this will be a all-party hustings for Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Combined Authority. And we are encouraging you to attend this event to understand more about all of the various different manifestos and ask any direct questions or give some feedback, whatever it is that you may have on the day. The objective of the CEH is connecting people with politics, and specifically, as Brother Joseph said as well, it's connecting the British Muslim community, amplifying the voice, starting those conversations, as we all have a stake here in politics in the United Kingdom. So it's really, really important. I do urge you to attend this event. And of course, share that all across Salam Radio. You'll see the posters for the event. Do share that with your family and your friends. And do come along and get involved and make a more informed decision about who you will or won't be voting for. And I encourage you to do that. Now, let's take a quick look at the weather. We can see this weekend we should have both days some amazing sunshine, highs of 17 on Saturday and highs of 20 on Sunday. So it looks like the nice weather is returning.
A teacher, the teacher of teachers. He changed the world for the better and made us better creatures. Oh Allah, we've shamed ourselves, we've strayed from Al-Mu'allim. Surely we've wronged ourselves, what will we say in front of it? He was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad, mercy upon mankind, teacher of all mankind. Aba al-Qasim, ya Habibi, ya Muhammad, ya Shafi'i, ya Muhammad. خير خلق الله محمد يا مصطفى يا إمام المرسلين يا مصطفى يا شفيع العالمين يا مصطفى يا إمام المرسلين يا مصطفى يا شفيع العالمين. He prayed while others slept, while others ate, he'd fast. While they would laugh, he wept until he breathed his last. His only wish was for us to be among the ones who prosper. Ya Mu'allim, peace be upon you, truly you are our teacher. Mu'allim, he was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad, mercy upon mankind, teacher of all mankind. taught us to be just and kind, and to feed the poor and hungry, help the wafer and the orphan child, and to not be cruel and miserly. His speech was soft and gentle, like a mother stroking her child. His mercy and compassion were most radiant when he smiled. He was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad, mercy upon mankind. He was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad, mercy upon mankind, teacher of all mankind. أبا القاسم يا حبيبي يا محمد، يا شفيعي يا محمد، خير خلق الله محمد. يا مصطفى يا إمام المرسلين، يا مصطفى يا شفيع العالمين، يا مصطفى يا إمام المرسلين، يا مصطفى يا شفيع العالمين، يا مصطفى يا إمام المرسلين. معلم.
Sami Yusuf there with Al Muallim. I hope you enjoy that. It just gives me goosebumps. You know, he's got such an amazing voice, and you know the nasheed itself is just absolutely beautiful.
When you're searching for the light and you see no hope inside, be sure and have no doubt He is always close to you. He's the one who knows you best. He knows what's in your heart. You'll find your peace at last if you just have faith in Him. You're always in my heart and mind. Your name is mentioned every day. I follow you no matter what. My biggest wish is to see you one day. 'Cause I believe, I believe, I believe. Do you believe?
I believe in a man who used to be so full of love and harmony. He fought for peace and liberty, and never would he hurt anything. He was a mercy for mankind, a teacher till the end of time. No creature could be compared with him, so full of light and blessings. You're always in my heart and mind. Your name is mentioned every day. I follow you no matter what. God wills for me one day. 'Cause I believe, I believe, I believe. Do you believe?
Trials will come, but surely they will fade away.
If you just believe what is missing, just open your heart
and let His love flow through. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe.
Irfan Maki there with I Believe, another beautiful Nasheed.
I know that this life is only finite. The good and the bad times will be left behind as we make our way through this journey to the finest place for infinity. Lord, don't deny me your paradise. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. This life is not eternal, but the next will last forever. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. Oh God, please don't deprive me a blissful life eternally. I see you, Allah, meet Muhammad with all his companions in the place no eye has ever seen, filled with love, peace and tranquility. Don't deny me your paradise. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. This life is not eternal, but the next will last forever. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. Oh God, please don't deprive me a blissful life eternally. One day all my deeds will be shown in front of you, and no one will be beside me. I'll be standing on my own. Blessing me with your mercy is all I'm hoping for. Oh Allah, make my wishes come true. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. This life is not eternal, but the next will last forever. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. Oh God, please don't deprive me a blissful life eternally. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. This life is not eternal, but the next will last forever. Jannah, Jannah, it's all I ever wish for. Oh God, please don't deprive me a blissful life eternally.
Well, I don't know about you. Maher Zain there with Jannah. He's taken me somewhere else. And you know, often when I sit here and I do this show and I play Nasheeds, and if they're really deep, meaningful Nasheeds like the last one that I've just played, you know, you can't help but feel loss and pain about your loved ones who've already passed away, someone you've cared about. And in this instance, it would be my father and my father-in-law. Great men. And when I hear a track like Jannah, I have this dua in my heart. May Allah forgive them all of their sins and grant them a lofty, lofty place in Jannatul Firdaus. But you will have someone you've lost. You will see the tragedies and the things that are happening around this world and feel helpless. But we're not. Allah has given us the power of dua. And after listening to that Nasheed, I want to share dua with you. And this dua I dedicate to my father, my father-in-law, my friends who've passed away in this city, people I've known who've passed away, and for you, your loved ones, whoever that may be, who've passed away, and for our ummah, all the suffering that is taking place around the world. Oh Allah, make the Muslim ummah one united ummah. Gather our hearts upon the truth and grant us sincerity, steadfastness and victory in this world and the hereafter. O Allah, heal our sick, have mercy on our deceased, free those who are imprisoned, and support the oppressed wherever they are. O Allah, guide our youth, bless our women, guide our children, and make us a source of joy for your Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. O Allah, let us end our lives with a good ending and gather us in the gardens of bliss with the prophets and the truthful, the martyrs and the righteous. Ameen. Ameen.
Masisondele, Phila noxolo yelele.
Subhanallah walhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Subhanallah walhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. You can say it once or 100 times or more. You'll feel at peace inside and it'll open every door. That's the power of remembering Allah. It's the best way to purify your heart. Know you will be loved by the merciful one. 'Cause that's the power of remembering Allah. Subhanallah walhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Subhanallah walhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. So much you can gain just by saying those few words. You can renew your faith and be showered in reward. Oh, that's the power of remembering Allah. It's the best way to purify your heart. You know you will be loved by the merciful one. 'Cause that's the power of remembering Allah. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wallahu akbar.
Masisondele kuyuwala.
That's the power of remembering Allah. It's the
Simply beautiful. The Power by Maher Zain, and it's absolutely true. You know, remembering Allah Ta'ala, it absolutely changes your life indeed.
Oh, the sands kissed your feet while the winds brushed your face, and I long to be in the warmth of your embrace. Oh, the tears fell from your eyes as you cried for us, and upon my Lord is all of my trust. 'Cause oh, you are a mercy to mankind, and oh, you bring an ease to my mind. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. Not a day goes by where I'm not reminded of the trials you faced, prayers recited, the words left your blessed tongue, changing the world. Your love turns the darkest hearts into the brightest souls. 'Cause oh, you are a mercy to mankind, and oh, you bring an ease to my mind. Na na na, 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 na. If I could stare into your eyes for just a moment, I would live a million lives, all worth living. To stare into your eyes for just a moment, I would live a million lives, all worth living. Hold me, my beloved, say my name and call me. Hold me, my beloved, 'cause I love you. Hold me, my beloved, say my name and call me. Hold me, my beloved, 'cause I love you. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
Well, that was heart-touching, wasn't it? That was Alman Nusrat there with Say My Name. And that brings... it's a wrap for me for today's edition of Drive Time. Thanks for joining me. Do remember the mayoral election hustings event taking place on 28th of April, 6 p.m. at the Norfolk venue. Do attend that. Get your voices heard. And in the meantime, do remember me and the station in your du'as. I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend, and I look forward to your company soon.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Asr Azan.
This Azan is sponsored by Children of Adam.